What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Me and the film school reject over here, we just watched a movie, imagine that, called Antihuman. Antihuman. This movie had Dr. Manhattan, it had Willy Wonka boat scenes, and, well, that was about the only interesting thing. So the movie, it starts with these 4 female varieties out in the forest, and they're walking, and they're going to a place, but one of them seems super suicidal. I don't know, she seems something. She seems super lame. One of them seems like she's got something in her past that they're trying to go find at this place that they're venturing to. It's very vague. From the outset, I'm not really sure what's happening. And that trend carries on through to the end of the movie, because at the end of the movie I still don't know what happened. It takes plot points and flips them on their head and turns them into something unintelligible to make art, I think. Forget anti-human. This film is anti-movie. It was published by Wild Eye Releasing. And that's just an odd title for a studio. I'm pretty sure it's like highbrow innuendo. Reginald, what would you name your movie studio? Wild Eye Releasing?
Best movies ever made pictures.
Stupid movie studios, you loser. Whatever you're doing right now, stop it. Stop it now. Go find this movie. You can get it off the DVD Netflix. This joint is going to be big. It's going to be Birdemic. It's going to be The Room. At least that's what I thought. But then I realized the whole point was to be dumb. And when your point is to be, not dumb, but when your point is to not make sense, and when the style of the movie you're making is such, it loses that quality that you get from those movies that were trying really hard to be special and important, and they just... But then again, this movie might be trying that also. It's hard to say. This is the type of movie that a bunch of nerds would sit around in a coffee shop analyzing, like, oh, no, the lighting and the way they cut her fingers into that one thing with the clouds behind it. And
yeah, me and my colleagues would have a field day with this one over some Shirley Temples.
Mwah. I mean, I guess you could try to pick it apart and understand what the director was trying to do. I think it was made for like a film analytics course at Juilliard. I don't know. It's probably foreign. When you watch this movie, you have to go in with the assumption that the director made every choice consciously. If you don't do that, the movie loses, and it just becomes a bad movie that was poorly made. Otherwise, it's probably pure genius. I don't know. I wouldn't know genius if I was one. And look, I get the whole movies is art movement. But if you want someone to be able to actually make it through the movie to analyze it, it has to be watchable. It has to be watchable. Unless your point is to express the unwatchability of a movie or how unwatchable it can be, and I'm not going down that rabbit hole right now, so no. Por ejemplo, let's say I made a YouTube video, and at the end of the video, I made this whole little beautiful scene where it's like, please, if you enjoyed that video, like, subscribe, comment. And the whole point of sharing videos, or that video in particular, was to generate return viewers. But before you get to that final beautiful scene of me requesting all those things, it was a 2-hour-long still shot of my couch with my cat on it. No one's going to see that message because it's buried, right?
Your message won't be seen by anyone anyways.
Like I said, the movie opens, there's these 2 chicks. I know I said 4, but there's 2 chicks that running through the woods, and they're in their errand wear. They're out to pick up groceries and not really prepared for field exercises. And I swear, their panting is dubbed in. It's like slightly off. And it's over, and it feels like they're in a microphone. I swear their panting is so dubbed. There's this ominous music, and it's nearly building during the absolute first scene of dialogue, and this carries on throughout the movie. It overpowers their conversation, and it absolutely does not match what is happening on screen at all. I'm waiting for like this axe-wielding phantom to swoop and decapitate one of the main people. It's just like, but the music takes you there, but they just keep, why do we want to go here? I don't know. Well, mother from my past and words. It's so incomprehensible. But again, if that's the point, nailed it. There were a couple times where I literally double-checked. I checked in the background on my other applications just to be sure there wasn't like some ad that popped up for like Jigsaw or something while I was watching this film. So the four chicks, they keep talking of camping. You know, they've got a tent, they've got groceries. But one of them even has a backpack. However, they keep coming back to console this chick, and it's like they're just taking her deeper into the woods to put her down. No, yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be. This is her hair. Everything's gonna be fine. And then they're gonna kill her. That's what I'm thinking. With the music, it's all ominous. I'm like, okay, you watch a movie a certain way. You're like, okay, what's the plot here? Who are these characters? How do I follow this? So if you're doing the normal movie things to try to understand where this movie's going, it never gets there. At one point, Old Yeller says that she once heard there were at least 2 nuclear bombs on the planet Earth for every human. The current population, let's even say that whenever this movie was in production, it was 7 billion. So you think there's 14 billion nukes on the planet Earth? That's what you're telling me? You think there's 14 billion ways to explode countries? Leave a comment below if you actually know how many nukes are on planet Earth. I don't. 15 billion? And I don't get the sound over the dialogue. Maybe it's like when a music producer puts like a crazy fast beat line over something crazy slow, and then it just becomes magical. They're like, so if we blend this dialogue with this ominous music, it might be Kanye. At one point, they're in this huge Harry Potter tent. No way all of them are in this tent. And, you know, they're whispering some weird words over the dialogue. It's showing the people and having their voices happen, but they're not speaking. And then they come in. But it's not like thought bubbles, it's dialogue. I get it, but I don't get it, and I don't want it. But then while they're doing that, one of them stops, and they're like, let's do some shots, and then go to, yes, the old shots and sleep trick. It works every time. They round up the ball, and they're like, woo! She's like, all right, I'm going to sleep. Like, what? No, nobody does it. Why'd you waste that shot? Everybody knows that the best nights of sleep have been kicked off with 4 shots of potato vodka. So eventually, watching this movie, I get to a point where I stop making fun of it because I get it, right? The movie is the way it is intentionally. It's supposed to be this way. The choices are conscious choices. That doesn't make it so funny. I'm supposed to take it seriously and enjoy it, but now I just feel sorry for it. It doesn't hit the point of why I watch films, and I'm out. You're on your own with this one, Reginald. I'm out. So, if you liked what I had to say about this movie, or hated it, comment down below in the section where you can comment, like the video, dislike it, who cares? Give me some activity. Subscribe to my channel. You can come back and see the next thing I do. I love you all.
Wet Dog Productions.